Hi, it's Ingrid. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be something that I have been teasing for a while. I don't think teasing is the right word because I've like straight up just told you this is what I'm going to do, but it's finally here. I'm going to do a little Knockemout series reading vlog. Today is May 17th, Norway's National Day. I started reading this. I had like 30 minutes in between the first parade and working down in the city. I was selling food and cakes and drinks to everyone. It's been a long day. I'm very tired. But I had like a little break at home in between, so I started reading. Because I was wearing like my... No, whatever. I'll put a picture. And like getting upstairs, it's kind of difficult. So I was just sitting outside reading. Because, you know, the thing is big. Can't really just get it anywhere. And I couldn't just take it off either. Because that takes a lot of time. So I started reading. I'm on page 41. So I've gotten a tiny bit into it. I love it so far. One thing that confuses me a lot is that I know that they're supposed to be 40-year-olds. The way they're acting. It just doesn't seem like 40-year-olds. Like, except for the fact that I know that they're 40, there's nothing in this book that says 40. Like, they're young 20s. Could have been a YA, except for the storyline, because clearly they're adults. But anyways, I really like it so far. I'm going to continue giving updates throughout the whole book. And I'm also excited to start this. One thing I want to say is that the covers are very pretty. I like the colors and they're so simple, which I like. But I'm gonna stop talking now and I'm gonna do some reading. I haven't updated in a while. It's May 29th and I haven't been able to read for a while. I've been very busy. Yesterday was extremely tiring, but it was fun. Doesn't matter. This book. I am on page 172, chapter 19. I'm like 30% done with the book and I love it so much. Lucy Score's writing is just so perfect. And the storyline, I really love the plot. I love the characters. Knox and Naomi. I love them. I have some things to say that I like, things I don't like, but I'm not gonna get into that until when I'm done with the book and I talk about my opinions. I just couldn't help it. When he calls her Daisy, I'm so obsessed, so I'm gonna read for a little while. I'm so happy I picked up this book. I think Lucy Score is becoming one of my favorite authors. Like, I've only read this book, but I have one more, so I'm going to read that, and then I'm going to buy the rest of her books as well, because I really love this. This definitely doesn't have anything to do with this book. Well, it does, because it's about a character. But I feel like Lucian would be like a fun story, like for a book, like the way it's introduced here. If that was the beginning of the book, I would definitely read it. So that's fun. I hope we hear more about it. I finished this and I don't really know what to say. I love this book more than anything. I'm giving it 5 stars, I'm saying that right now. It's the best book I have read. Like, this beats everything. I'm so in love with Knox and Naomi. And the whole family, really. Everything is so perfect. I've cried so much during this book. Like, I don't know what to say. In the beginning, I hated Knox. Knox was an asshole. Like, he was acting like a dick. And then everything was so perfect. And then he's the asshole again. And then he's perfect. And just... It physically hurt me reading this book. It hurt my chest. And I don't know, every time, especially when Knox was hurting, even though it was his fault some of the times, it hurt me so bad. But I love them. Like, Lucy Score, I love you. You're amazing. And I will be buying every single book you have ever written and every book you will write. If you haven't read this book, definitely do it. This is about Naomi, who... Is that a spoiler? I don't know. It says it's on the back, so it's not a spoiler. She runs away from a wedding, and then she gets a call from her twin sister saying she needs help. So she goes to Knockemout, where her sister lives. Her sister is gone, and then she meets her sister's daughter, who's sitting in her motel. So basically, sister is gone, she has to take care of the daughter. She meets Knox, which is like a grumpy asshole, who hates her because she looks like Tina, her sister. And then they get to know each other, and he's still an asshole. There's reason for things. Like, he explains why. Well, the book explains why. And you see like his thoughts and everything, which is great, because like he won't share everything. And I'm just obsessed. Like, it's duo... I can't even speak. It's duo... I can't say that word. I love that we get both Naomi and Knox's POV, which is fun. So like you get all of their thoughts and feelings and everything that happens. It's kind of like a grumpy Sunshine. It's more than a grumpy Sunshine, he's just an asshole, especially towards her. I love this book. Like, the weird thing though is that he's an asshole and a gentleman at the same time. Like, he does everything he can to help her, but he's mad at her for everything, and like she blames her for the fact that he's helping, like she didn't even ask for your help. But they're so in love, and I just, like, why won't you just see it? Like, he won't admit that he's in love, and I hate that, but I love it at the same time. So I'm not gonna talk too much about it because I don't want to spoil the book, but definitely read it, please, if you haven't. It's gonna change your life. I'm very excited to start the next book. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that yet because it's the 30th. Tomorrow is the last day of May. I have 2 other books I started this month that I need to finish, and I don't want to start a new book and then not finish it this month. So I'm gonna wait a little bit. This book, the amount of feelings that I have felt while reading this, it's like love and anger and heartbreak and everything. Like, I love a book that can make me feel something, and then when that's like physical as well, like obviously I can feel like happy or sad, but this, like, it was painful, it was hurting. And I love that. I need that. Yeah, I'll update you when I decide to start Things We Hide from the Light, which is definitely soon. Hi, I'm just gonna do a little introduction to this book because I don't know when I'm gonna start reading, but I know that I want to talk about it before I do. Today's my birthday, so my mother is coming home with breakfast and my aunt is coming over, but I'm probably gonna pick up the book at some point today. So next book is Things We Hide from the Light. It says good guys don't fall for bad girls. I have a feeling they do. I was trying to go into this completely blind, but then I accidentally clicked on a Instagram post that mentioned something. It wasn't a really big spoiler, it's just that it's Nash's book, and I kind of knew that already. But I was hoping. Like, I knew that the book would either be Nash or Lucien, and it obviously makes more sense for it to be Nash, since he's Knox's brother. But I really hope that the next book will be Lucien. But I think I'm gonna read the back of it, and then we'll see what we think. Police Chief Nash Morgan is known for 2 things: being a good guy and the way his uniform accentuates his rear end. But 2 bullets put a dent in his southern charm, and now he's facing a criminal still on the loose and a town full of citizens that consider the law more of a guideline. The last thing he needs is the leggy, smart-mouthed Lina Solavita moving in next door, making him feel things he doesn't have the energy to feel. There's more on here, but I just had to say, like, when I read the other book, and I kind of knew that the love interest would probably be Lina or Tina, but that didn't make sense, because who would want her? So, obviously, Lina, but why? Why would you go for someone who's made out with your brother multiple times? It doesn't make sense to me. But I'm gonna continue reading. Lina is on a mission. As soon as she gets what she's after, she has no intention of sticking around. The town of Knockemout has other ideas. Soon she finds herself sucked into small-town life, dog-sitting, saying yes to a bridesmaid's dress, listening to the sexy chief of police in the shower. But when Nash discovers Lina's secret, these friends become furious enemies. Though the sparks flying between them don't know the difference between love and hate. Why a bridesmaid's dress? Don't. You don't even know her. The only one wearing the bridesmaid's dress should be Sloane. Or any of her other friends. Not Lina. Like, you met because you made out with the guy you're in love with. Why would you let her be a bridesmaid? You know what? I'm actually kind of scared of reading this book because I don't think it will compare with the first one. And I feel like that would, like, cloud my judgment of it. But anyways, I've talked for too long. I'll be reading this at some point. I think it's time for a little update. I started Things We Hide from the Light. I've been tabbing it a little bit. I'm currently on page 79. For the first 30 pages, I was very bored. And I was a little disappointed because obviously I loved the first book. But then things started happening. To be honest, the plot of the book isn't that interesting. I don't care too much about Lina. I don't know what's considered a spoiler, but I feel like the little case she's working and her relationship to everyone should be more interesting, but it's not. I don't really care. I feel like it was supposed to be a twist that she was working. Does it say it on the back? No, but I'm guessing the secret. I feel like that secret was supposed to throw me off or make me really excited or interested, but I just don't care. The only thing keeping this book going is the spice. And I do love a good smut scene. I do. But when that's everything that I care about, is the book really good? Because I wasn't interested until Nash started feeling things, and those feelings were physical. And everything else, I just don't care. So I would say, obviously I'm going to continue the book. I'm not going to judge it. It's like a almost 600 page book. I'm not going to judge it before I even get to the 100 page mark. But up until now, the spice is the only good thing. The story, don't really care. Don't care for Lina either. The only thing I like is that she makes Nash feel things. Yeah, that's my update. I'm gonna continue reading. But like I said, the spice is pretty good. But I need more than that. I can't just have that. I need a story that I can care about. I need the emotional connection to the characters. And I don't. Like in Things We Never Got Over, I fell in love with Knox and Naomi. I kind of like Nash, but it's changed. It's not the same as it was in the first book, which I hate. But then you see, like, I get it. Like, it makes sense. It's like, I can accept that. But like, I don't care for Lina at all. I need more. So hopefully that changes and it gets better. I think I'm gonna read a little bit more and see how I feel. I'll update you. No, I read... The reason I wanted to update you now is because I read something. Like, did the author make a mistake or am I just stupid? Because in this scene that I was reading. Lena came to visit Knox and Naomi for dinner, and then Nash came there. And then Lena said she would go inside. I don't know how to explain it. This chapter is in Lena's POV. So she said she went inside, Knox went out to greet Nash. But then she said that Knox and his grandmother was helping Naomi's mother. Like, didn't you just say that he was going out to greet Nash? Like, make up your mind. Where is he? Is he with Naomi's mother or is he with Nash? Like, I went back and read that 3 times to see if I missed something. But I didn't. But I'm pretty sure he can't be in 2 places at once. Another update. I'm on page 130, chapter 12. I'm still kind of bored. I don't care about the plot. Well, I care about parts of the plot. The spice is still good. And that's the only thing keeping me entertained, because I really don't care about the story. I want to see more of Nash and Lena. But everything I read of them is just boring when they're not. Every normal interaction between them is boring. The spice is good. But like I said, I can't just have spice, I need more than that. Like, I don't know, because there's so many books I would rather read right now. But I want to finish it, so I don't really know. I will be continuing reading for at least a little bit, but I don't know how often I'll update you because I'm bored. Hi, it's Tuesday, I think. I might be wrong actually. It's Tuesday. I've been reading for a while. I'm on page 207. And I was not expecting that. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen now. Because I didn't want to read it until I've updated you. But I was not expecting that. That was not a name I was expecting to see. So I'm going to continue reading, see what this is all about. I'm liking the book more now. It's getting a little bit interesting. So, Lucian is pissing me off. Knox is also annoying. I love Nash. And I don't hate Lena anymore. So, but I love Nash. I don't understand. If that's why she's there, why is it so bad to tell Nash? Like, why are you so scared of telling him? That's nothing. That was a major letdown. Like, I knew that she was involved in this certain thing, but that was disappointing. Like, why would he care? Like, that's literally your job. Like, it says on the back, but when Nash discovers Lena's secret, these friends become furious enemies. Because of that. Why? It's nothing. It's... how? Why would he care? It's fucking... it's... That was a letdown. I have another thing to say. I'm not sure if I can put it in because it might be a spoiler. But I have a feeling... So I can't put that in because that was a spoiler and I predicted the twist at the end. And I wasn't even halfway through the book, and that's pretty stupid. Apparently the whole book was predictable because there's multiple things that I just knew. So enjoy me talking instead. That's my prediction. I feel like I'm entering a chapter of drama, misunderstandings, drama. So I'm just gonna put the camera back on while I'm reading about Nash visiting an inmate in prison. Let's see. And also, why is he in a car with no one? Willingly. Oh. I knew it. I don't like liars. So stop lying to him. Nash is a good guy. He don't deserve it. I'm on page 314. I was already expecting him to be bad. But now I'm like, I'm sure. It's gonna be bad news. Why are you asking questions about Nash? Wasn't the chief of police shot here a few weeks ago? Like, first of all, you're admitting to not being from there. In a small town where everyone knows each other. No one shows up there for no reason. There's always a reason. And you're not from there and you still know about that. Clearly, you're not good news. I knew it. I knew it. I'm not gonna say what I knew, because I don't want anyone to be mad at me for spoiling. But page 496. I knew it. Well, I didn't know exactly that, but I know that, no, I knew that there was something. I knew. I'm very proud of myself. I'm very happy. I'm gonna continue reading, because I'm almost done. But I knew. So, I never talked to you after I finished the book, but I'm done. So it's time to tell you all of my thoughts. I didn't like it as much as the first one. I'm gonna go get the first one. These are the books. You can probably tell that I tabbed this one more than this one. I definitely like this a lot more. This is by far my favorite book. This is about Knox and Naomi. Naomi comes into Knockemout because her sister called and needed help. So she left her husband, not her husband, she left her soon-to-be husband on her wedding night to go here. But then her sister steals her car, her money and everything and leaves her with her niece, Waylay. That's a stupid name. Thankfully, they call her Way most of the time, so I don't have to think about the fact that someone named their daughter Waylay. But anyways, Tina runs away with Naomi's money and car and leaves her with her daughter. So Naomi has to be in a new town where she knows no one and she has nothing. And she didn't know she had a niece, but then she has to raise her. Knox is very grumpy. He's not very happy about having to help Naomi, even though he didn't have to help her, he chose to do it. So I don't know what he was going on about. But then, they're cute together. I really like their relationship. I feel like I'm going to spoil it if I talk too much about it. Because like there's things I want to say that I think will make people like this book and want to read it, but I don't want to spoil it. But I do think you should read this. This one on the other hand. I gave this one 5 stars. I think that was obvious when I said that it's my favorite. Moving on. This one I gave it 4 stars. I did really like it, but it's not as good as this one. In the first 200 pages, I was very bored with the story and the characters. The only thing that kept me going was the spice, which is very good in this and in the other one. There's a lot of it in here. I feel like it's very smut heavy, so if you don't like that, then this is not for you. But then after the 200-page mark, the story evolved a lot and things started happening and I got very interested and I definitely couldn't put it down. So I think 200 pages and out I read today, which is 400 pages, which is very new to me. I don't read that much in a day, but I just didn't want to do anything else. I fell in love with Nash. Nash is Knox's brother, by the way. And then I didn't like Lena in the beginning, but I do like her more at the end. I feel like she had a very good character development. One thing I'm going to say is that Nash in this book is not the same as Nash in this book, which I didn't really like in the beginning, but then I understood why, because something happened in this, and that very, very much affected him. So that really made me I don't know. I liked Nash a lot in the first book. Well, a little bit. And then I disliked him in the beginning and then I fell for him. He was definitely my favorite character in this. I say definitely way too much. But I do recommend these two books. I am glad I read them, and I think there's a chance I'll reread them. At least this one. And the covers are very pretty. I am obsessed with Lucy Score's writing, and I know that I will be buying all of her books. The third one in this series is coming out in September, I think, and it's about Lucian and Sloane. And I'm so excited to see them. I want to know what's going on with them. Why are you so mad at each other? I want, like, obviously they care about each other, but then they don't see it. So I really want to read their story. And the epilogue, on this one especially, it was so cute. I loved it. I loved it. And I also loved that you got the bonus epilogue into the future. So that was pretty fun. So, reread these books. 5 stars, 4 stars. That was it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be doing more reading vlogs, so subscribe and come with me on the little book journey. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Peace out, lovers.